So let's look at the hot spare. So we're going to go back into our storage manager. All right. Now what you have seen on here is we've now got ourselves a storage pool. We've got one single storage pool on here. It's made up of a couple of disks. Okay. So these are 2.73 or really two 3 terabyte drives. They are formatted in SHR, which is a Synology hybrid RAID. And at the moment, we've got no hot spares assigned against it. Of course, what a hot spare does is it lets you actually have a drive, a disk that is just in waiting to be allocated into a storage pool in the event that a disk should fail. It's called a hot spare because it is hot. It's turned on, but it's not actually doing anything. You've then also got cold spare drives, and these are hard drives that you will just have spares sitting in a closet somewhere, right? These are sitting in your drawer, on your office, at home, wherever you have your Synology NAS. And it's ready in the event that you need to replace a drive. You can just stick that drive into the Synology NAS by taking the old one out and putting the new disk in. Well, a hot spare is just sitting there in waiting. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to configure a hot spare. Now, I generally recommend having at least a hot spare if you have the capacity. Obviously, the more disks you've got, the better. Now, in the case of this particular Synology NAS, I've got 5 hard drives installed. 2 of them are currently used. So if I go into the overview section, you'll see that 2 used drives, 3 are unused. So they're not allocated to anything. They're not part of a pool. They're not hot spares. And then I've got 5 additional slots available on my Synology NAS if I should want to increase the storage in the future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the hot spare section right here, and I can now add a hot spare because I know that I've got 3 unused drives. Now, something that you need to consider is, in my case, this storage pool has 2 2.73 terabyte drives. So, or 3 terabyte hard drive. So the hot spare needs to be really in the same capacity as your actual live disks to be able to function correctly as a hot spare. So just keep that in mind when we are creating this. So we're going to hot spare. We're going to say manage. And here I've got 3 disks. You'll see that there's one that is a 3 terabyte, one that's a 1 terabyte, sorry, and one that is 300 gig. Okay, so you'll see that if I select either of these, I can select it, but it's not actually been allocated to anything. So you'll see that here on the left is my storage pool, assigned, available, not available. As soon as I select the other one, it's just gone green, telling me that that hot spare can be assigned against storage pool 1 because of the capacity and everything is all the same. So storage pool 1 will now have 1 hot spare. You can, of course, have multiple hot spares against a storage pool if you so choose to. We can then say apply. Okay, all data on the newly added drive will be erased. Yep, we're happy with that. So we're going to now say yes. So that disk is now here. You'll see it's listed as a hot spare under drive 3. In the configure section, you can see it right there. It's applied against storage pool 1. And if I go back into storage pool, you'll see that here I've now got 2 drives and then a available hot spare. Now, of course, as I said before, this hot spare is just sitting there. It's not doing anything. So you have to just keep that in mind that when you are purchasing a Synology NAS, when you are setting it up, it's just a drive that's going to be sitting there idle. So you have to go and buy an additional disk just to have it there idle in the event that that hot spare is required to be added into an active pool. So that is how to configure a hot spare. And then you can easily go ahead and remove it if you so choose to. You can just remove it from the actual pool, and then you're free to use that hot spare drive, or that drive that's now just a standard drive. You can apply it to another storage pool, or you can actually go and create a brand new pool if you've got another pool of disks available for you.